The weight of personal brand pressure is heavier than ever in the age of social media. Every post is scrutinized, every silence noticed. The constant demand for visibility leaves you feeling exhausted, anxious, and out of control. But this isn't new. The Stoics, centuries ago, dealt with similar pressures of public life. Their teachings offer a way to manage this modern burden, to live authentically, unshaken by external forces. Through 7 crucial lessons, we'll explore how to reclaim your peace, detach from the chaos, and build a personal brand grounded in inner strength rather than fleeting approval. So start with our first one, which is the trap of validation. You've shared something personal, a carefully crafted post, but instead of the flood of likes and comments you hoped for, there's silence. The anxiety creeps in. Was it not good enough? This is the trap of validation, and social media feeds off it, making you feel that your value is tied to how others respond. Musonius Rufus once said, "He who pursues approval from others leaves the judgment of his life in their hands." This quote doesn't just encourage independence from public opinion. It warns of the deep dangers of validation. Seeking online approval means surrendering your power to a fickle crowd. In chasing likes, you're chasing a void that will never be filled. Imagine a shift. You post without expectation, focusing not on the external reaction, but on the internal satisfaction of expressing your truth. There is freedom in that. Your brand, then, is no longer a reflection of the crowd's desires, but a mirror of your authentic self. The crowd's approval loses its grip on you. What's more powerful? A post that gets forgotten tomorrow, or one that reflects who you truly are? The Stoics believe that external validation is a hollow pursuit. You must find worth in your own eyes first. When you do that, your brand becomes less of a performance and more an honest representation of your values. The deeper truth is that once you stop looking outward for validation, the pressure begins to lift. Your voice becomes stronger, your message more authentic. And as the Stoics teach, when you live for your own approval, the noise around you becomes just that, noise. Second, the fear of irrelevance. You see others climbing faster, gaining more attention. The fear creeps in. What if you're being left behind? You feel the pressure to stay constantly active, to never be forgotten. This fear of irrelevance looms over every move you make. Hierocles reminds us, we are but a small part of the universe, and what happens to others is often irrelevant to us. Yet we constantly compare ourselves to others. But how often do we forget that everyone's path is different? The need to be always active, always posting, is an illusion. True relevance isn't about constant noise, it's about impact. Consider the person who steps back, posts less often, but speaks with weight when they do. It's the quality of your contributions, not the quantity, that makes you memorable. Even in silence, your work can resonate. The Stoics remind us that we should not fear irrelevance because true value is timeless. Seneca once said, "It's not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." Focus your time on depth and meaning, rather than trying to keep up with the race. Silence can be a tool, not a curse. By stepping back, you give yourself space to grow, reflect, and return stronger. In a world addicted to noise, sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is to simply remain quiet. Rather than fearing irrelevance, embrace the moments of silence. In those moments, you find clarity. True impact comes from depth, not frequency. When you let go of the need to be constantly seen, you give yourself the power to speak when it truly matters. Third, the myth of constant growth. We are fed the myth that success means always moving up. More followers, more engagement, more content. But what if growth isn't always about reaching new heights? What if the most important progress happens beneath the surface, unnoticed? Zeno of Citium said, "Well-being is realized by small steps, but it is truly no small thing." Growth doesn't have to be explosive. Sometimes it's quiet, incremental. The obsession with constant upward movement is draining, and it sets you up for failure when the inevitable plateau hits. Picture this: your follower count stagnates and engagement dips. The algorithms aren't working in your favor. But what if this isn't failure? What if this moment is your greatest opportunity? Instead of seeing stagnation as the end, see it as a moment to refine, recalibrate, and redefine your path. Often, it's in these quieter moments that the most important internal growth happens. The Stoics knew that not all progress is visible to the outside world. External success, the kind social media values, is fleeting. True growth is internal, and it's measured in character, resilience, and wisdom. When you stop chasing the illusion of constant growth, you allow yourself to deepen, to truly grow in ways that matter. You're not in a race, you're on a journey. The world may not notice every step, but those steps define who you become. Real growth often happens in the shadows. When you stop chasing the highs of public success, you can finally focus on the slow, steady progress that truly builds strength. It's not the bursts of success that shape you, but the quiet, consistent effort that leads to lasting impact. Fourth, the power of strategic retreat. Social media makes you feel like you must always be on, always producing, always performing. But sometimes, the most powerful move you can make is to step back. What if withdrawing is the key to building something even stronger? The Stoic philosopher Cleanthes taught, withdraw into yourself as deep as you can. This isn't about giving up, it's about taking time to reset. In a world that glorifies hustle, the act of strategic retreat becomes a radical move. It's not about disappearing, it's about gaining clarity, realigning with your purpose, and emerging stronger. Imagine stepping away, not in defeat, but to sharpen your vision. The pressure to keep up with everyone else's pace fades as you realize that retreat is not weakness. It's a calculated move, one that allows you to regain your footing and return with a clearer sense of direction. The greatest artists, thinkers, and leaders understood this. They didn't always rush forward. They took time to pause, to reflect, and then re-emerged with something more powerful. When you return, it's with intention, with purpose. Your audience doesn't just see another post, they see a statement. The Stoics knew the value of silence and solitude. In pulling back, you create space for your most authentic ideas to form. Don't fear the retreat. Embrace it as the tool that can unlock your next great move. Strategic retreat isn't about running away. It's about gathering your strength. When you return with purpose, and that's when your actions carry the greatest weight. The Stoics understood that a moment of retreat can be the strongest move of all. Fifth, the loneliness of success. You've reached the top. You've built your brand, achieved recognition, but now, the higher you climb, the lonelier it feels. This is the hidden truth of success. While everyone praises you, you realize the cost, the isolation that comes with maintaining an image. Epictetus warned, freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. With success comes the burden of expectations, maintaining an image that others now expect. But the more you work to meet these expectations, the more disconnected you feel from those who matter. Imagine reaching the peak of your success, but finding no one to share it with. You've spent so much energy crafting your public persona that your real relationships have faded into the background. This is a reality for many who achieve success, especially in the world of personal branding. The journey to the top can be isolating if it's built on shallow connections and hollow metrics. The Stoics remind us that true success isn't just about reaching the summit. It's about who you bring with you and who you become along the way. Success built on superficial relationships or shallow applause is meaningless. Focus on cultivating deep, meaningful connections. Don't lose sight of what matters most: friendship, purpose, and integrity. True success is when you can look around at the top and find those who've supported you standing there with you. Success isn't about being alone at the top. It's about building something meaningful along the way. The Stoics understood that the climb is hollow without deep connections, and true success is when you're surrounded by those who matter most. Sixth, the noise of other people's opinions. You've shared something. You believe in it, but the moment you see the comments, doubts creep in. Some praise you, but others tear you down. Suddenly, the opinions of others weigh heavy, and you start questioning yourself. Marcus Aurelius warned, "It never ceases to amaze me." We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own. It's a paradox. Why do we let the opinions of strangers dictate our self-worth? In the age of social media, we've handed over our peace of mind to people who don't even know us. Imagine a world where other people's opinions didn't matter. You post, you share, and you move on. Their comments, their judgments, they're just noise. The Stoics believe that we can't control what others think of us, only how we respond. By constantly adjusting yourself to please others, you lose sight of who you are. This isn't easy. Social media thrives on opinions, likes, shares, comments, critiques. But here's the truth. Their opinions say more about them than they do about you. Once you accept this, you're free. Free to follow your own path. Free to build a brand that reflects your true self, not one that pleases the crowd. The world will always have something to say, but you don't have to listen. Your voice, your message, is stronger than the noise around you. Once you learn to tune out the opinions of others, you can focus on what truly matters, your own values and authenticity. Seventh, the illusion of control. You craft your posts meticulously. Every word, every image is polished, hoping for the perfect outcome. You want control over how people respond, how they perceive you. But no matter how hard you try, the results always slip out of your grasp. Epictetus said, "Some things are within our power, others are not." This is one of the Stoic principles most relevant to modern life. We often obsess over things that lie beyond our control, like how others perceive us or how well our content performs. The truth is, trying to control everything only leaves us anxious and frustrated. Imagine letting go of the need for control. You post because it reflects your truth, not because you expect a specific outcome. You let go of the result because you understand that it's not in your hands. The Stoics teach that by focusing on what we can control, our thoughts, our actions, our character, we free ourselves from unnecessary stress. Consider this shift in perspective. Instead of worrying about how a post will be received, focus on the process of creating something meaningful. Once it's out of your hands, release it. You can't control how people respond, but you can control how much value you bring into your work. This is where true peace lies. The Stoics remind us that trying to control the uncontrollable only leads to suffering. Focus on your own actions and let go of the rest. In that surrender, you'll find freedom. In a world driven by noise, where every post can feel like a battle for attention, true strength lies in letting go of the need for approval. The Stoic path teaches that your power comes from within, not from likes, comments, or fleeting applause. Build a brand that's authentic, unshaken by the crowd, and rooted in your own values. When you stop chasing validation, you gain something far more valuable: freedom. If you're ready to take control of your life, there's more to uncover. If you like this video, hit that like button and subscribe to our channel, and check out our other videos on the end screen. Your journey doesn't end here.